It starts with an unexpected call. Sophia's phone buzzing late at night. A half-finished book resting on her lap. But her attention shifts as soon as she sees the caller ID. Royce Calloway, her grandfather. Her fingers hesitate before answering. Calls from Royce are never casual, never warm. They are instructions disguised as conversations, expectations wrapped in civility. She exhales sharply and accepts the call.
Sophia!
Royce greets, his voice as measured as ever, clipped with authority.
Grandfather,
She replies, mirroring his formality.
I've arranged a formal dinner this weekend. You'll attend. It's an excellent networking opportunity. There are people you should meet.
No preamble. No inquiry about how she's been. Just an expectation. Sophia straightens in her chair.
what kind of dinner?
One where you'll learn something if you're wise enough to listen.
The ambiguity isn't unusual. Royce never wastes time on details he deems unnecessary. He issues orders, and those who fall under his dominion simply obey. Sophia, ever the dutiful granddaughter, doesn't question it further. After all, she's always known her path leads to politics. This is what she's been preparing for, isn't it? An opportunity to step into the world of power, to maneuver in the spaces where real decisions are made. But what she doesn't know is that she is about to be played like a carefully placed chess piece in a game far bigger than she realizes.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today we have another Whitmore Academy episode, and we are in full preparation for the Windenburg Debutante Ball. First off, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has been uploading their debutantes and escorts using the Simstories Deb Ball hashtag. You guys have been going above and beyond, and I'm absolutely obsessed with all of your Sims. I will be slowly integrating some of your characters into the series starting from today, because plot twist, the debutantes are already arriving in Windenburg. If you haven't submitted your Sims yet, there's still time. The deadline is March 1st. Just a quick reminder, if you didn't include CC details, especially for skin details, I'll do my best to match them to the gallery image, but I do apologize if they don't look exactly as you envisioned. Also, if you didn't submit a backstory, traits, especially if you have custom traits, I'll be coming up with my own for them, and the same applies to debutante ball outfits. I hope you're okay with that. The dress code is big extravagant ball gowns, so make sure to assign one for your debutantes. Another addition to the series that I've included is the Regency Romance mod, which is basically Bridgerton meets The Sims, and is going to make the debutante ball experience even more immersive. This mod introduces the etiquette skill, which our debutantes will need to perfect before the ball. There's also waltzing interaction, so we can have those elegant ballroom dance scenes, plus curtsies, bows, and aristocratic titles for an extra touch of prestige. And the best part, the lady whistledown style gossip system. I mean, I'm sorry, Gossip Girl who? So expect scandals, secret affairs, and reputation destroying rumors. I am so excited to integrate it into our game, and I can't wait to see what's gonna happen in this episode. As for the agenda for today, we're going to start the day by finalizing our Deb Ball applications, then head out to the girls' first ballet class to work on those graceful movements, and after that, Sophia will need to prepare for her dinner that you saw Royce invited her to, which is very suspenseful. And on the other side of Windenburg, someone else is about to find out about this dinner, and I don't think he's going to be too thrilled about it. So make sure to stick to the end to find out what I'm talking about. And without further ado, let's hit play and start the day. Now, it is currently 8:30 a.m. and Sophia is a bit hungry. As you can see, she has a bit of a glow up. So because she is so excited to start the debutante ball, we went shopping for her, and she is now wearing new outfits to channel her inner lady and inner debutante, and she is uncomfortable because of dirty clothing. What do you mean? It's brand new, Sophia. Okay, let's do express laundry really quickly. And then we do need to finalize her debutante ball application. I did figure out what the problem was. Basically, your parents need to do it for your sim. So I had to go to each household behind the scene and make their parents sign the written approval form. But now that it is done, Sophia can finally submit her application. I'll be doing that for all the other girlies in our household as well. But for now, we'll just stick with Sophia. And then she's gonna have to go and have a bit of a breakfast to start today. It is Saturday and we have a lot of exciting things planned. The ballet class starts at 12, so we should have enough time to finish everything that we need to. Oh my god, not Prince asking Etiquette to escort her to the ball again. Prince, I'm so sorry, but she already said no in the last episode. Oh, bless him. I feel so bad for him, but knowing Nicola, she's not going to do it. Also, I completely forgot to mention this new addition to our dormitory. So this room, the gym class, has been completely transformed for the debutante preparations. Now you see there is a ballet practice bars over here as well as a violin, because the girls need to be practicing all the skills needed for the debutante, which I'm gonna go into more detail a bit later. But we've got a pop-up. Dear Sophia Calloway, we are pleased to acknowledge the receipt of your application for the debutante ball. Should you be selected, a formal invitation will be extended to you. Kindly remain attentive for further correspondence. Oh, love that. Okay, let me turn on the light. So we also have the piano here, because basically one of the challenges for the deb ball is that the girls need to master one of the instruments, so either a violin or a piano. Looks like Lydia chose a violin. Bless her. We also have our dresses here, so all the fashion boutiques are sending the girls their dresses for them to pick from, and obviously they will be trying them on and seeing what fits and what not, as well as some jewelry. Like, I'm sorry, this is the high life, you guys. We also have an easel here because they do need to work on their painting skills. So I'm very, very excited to try this all out, as well as the challenge that I'm going to talk to you guys a bit later. Sophia so she finished the debutante application and now she is doing her homework. What a good girl. She's really embracing this. Like, wait, can we? Okay, put laundry away. Maybe that's gonna get rid of her moodlet. She's also on her period, so. But why is it still here? I'm gonna cheat this because. Oh, Sophia. New year, new me. Okay, so we need to quickly have some breakfast. Okay, this is stinking. Let's get rid of that. I still haven't figured out what stinks in this area that everyone is complaining about. I literally had to tear the walls down, literally. Like, I took the walls down, took the whole base down, but I still couldn't find anything that would cause the stinking interaction. So it looks like the boys are playing chess in the rooms down here. It's so cute. Okay, and Kai is feeling focused. Momentum from practice makes perfect trait. Kai is on a roll and will be more efficient at mental skills. Nicely decorated environment. Okay, and a logical mind from intellectual trait. Growing those logic skills only makes me learn more and become wiser. A waste of time from being an overachiever. What kind of work is this? Why even make anything if this is the outcome? What is she talking about? Sophia, please put the homework. Oh, okay, she completed it. Let's have some omelet. Why don't we do that? Theodore is getting a call. Hey, I heard he became friends with Kai Johnson. She's pretty cool. No, he didn't become friends with her. Quite the opposite. And this is our professor. I know we completely disregarded them, but I have no time for the teachers, okay? They're in the background somewhere. Like, we just pretend they're there, but I can, like, my game is already glitchy, so I'm trying to minimize the glitchiness and the crashes. That's why my household is just the teens right now. And speaking of being friends, people feeling away from feeling hurt by someone nearby, can Theodore truly call himself people person when his friendship comes apart so easily? And that is about Kai. Oh my god, why is Prince here? Bro, please. Yeah, so Theodore is feeling hurt by Kai literally dismissing him. Yeah, personal rift. Theodore is a people person, so the decline of his friendship with Kai is especially painful. It's hard not to take it personally. I'm really feeling enemies to lovers trope here, to be honest. Like, because Kai thinks he's very attractive. He thinks Kai is very attractive, but Kai is like, I'm not taking any of your shit, okay? So she told him to get lost, and I think that really hurts his ego. Can we turn this off, please? What is going on? So yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. But Sophia is in her new era, the debutante prep era, and I love that for her. Now it's already 11, so we are going to need to head out to the ballet class very soon. As soon as Sophia finishes her breakfast, it looks like her needs are doing good, which is very nice. Okay, first of all, let's clean this up. You're a lady, remember? Like, I really want her to embrace this, like, because again, she was really excited for the deb ball since her childhood, and I think she's like feeling it, you know? She's all in, and she's gonna be pretending, like role playing as this, basically channeling her inner Blair Waldorf. That's how I see it. In terms of the deb ball escorts, now we know that Broderick is gonna go with Janie 1,000,000%. Then Theodore, I think Nicolette has an eye set on him. He doesn't really want to go. Like, he's not about that kind of stuff. Okay. Oh, dear Nicolette Kovalenko, congratulations. We are delighted to inform you that you have been selected to participate in the prestigious debutante ball. We look forward to your graceful presence at the event and will provide you with further details shortly. Warm regards. Okay, nice. Nicolette is in the deb ball. So yeah, as I was saying, I think Nicolette has her eye on Theodore, and she's going to try to persuade him / manipulate / blackmail him into going as her escort, because, you know, he's a son of a lord and she really wants her entry into the society to be with a wow factor, and I think that's what she thinks would be the wow factor for her. Now, Lydia, in terms of Lydia, I'm not sure who she's going to go with, but it's definitely going to be a girl. So we need to figure out who she has her eyes set on and go from there. Okay, who do we have left? Kai. Again, I'm not sure. Oh, she's practicing her painting skill. Love that. We will also need to be keeping an eye on that and seeing who she fancies and who she wants to go with. And Sophia, we'll find out later. Okay, we'll find out later the whole lore that is happening with her. Okay, it's 11:30, so I'm gonna head to the ballet class and I will see you guys there. Lydia acquired violin skill and reached level 2. Well done. She's almost halfway through the challenge, to be honest. Okay, I'll see you guys at the ballet class. Okay, the girlies have made it to the Reveille dance studio. I am so excited for this, you guys. Okay, so you have probably already seen this lot, but if you haven't, this is an amazing lot by Rhea, another one. This is a complete like dance studio for our girlies to train the ballet here. Like, look how cute it is. We have a reception area here and a little cafe area here as well. Now, let me introduce you our dance instructor. This is Svetlana Volkov. She is a Russian prima ballerina and she's going to be teaching us ballet. I'm sorry, but she looks so proper. Like, I can't, okay? So she's going to be our teacher for our ballet classes. And now I'm going to ask all the girls to come here together and we are going to start our dance class. So let me put some... Oh, it is classical music is playing. Okay, just can't hear it. Irina Ivy is calling. Okay, dear Sophia Calloway, congratulations. We are delighted to inform you that you have been selected to participate in the prestigious debutante ball. We look forward to your graceful presence at the event and will provide you with further details shortly. Warm regards. Okay, nice. We're officially in the deb ball. Now, as the girls go in, I am also going to introduce you to your characters, which is super exciting. So give me a second to introduce you to all of the girlies here. Now, first up is a very exciting character. This is Dasha Montgomery by Lexi's Wonderful. Now, a little bit of a backstory that Lexi provided us. The Montgomery family built their dynasty on banking and investments, securing their place at the top. As children, Dasha and Lydia were inseparable. Lydia as in our Lydia. Yeah, so that is where it gets exciting. Dasha and Lydia were inseparable, attending elite art events, but while Lydia's family thrived in the art world, Dasha's family controlled the money, and their parents eventually diverged. Now as a student at Belmont Academy, Dasha returns to reclaim her place, but her homecoming is a reckoning. Lydia, once the master of secrets, is hiding one of her own, a forged painting scandal, and Dasha is the only person who can expose it. With the debutante ball as their battleground, the real question isn't who will win, but how far they'll go to stay on top. So there is some beef, some history between Dasha and Lydia, which I am so excited to explore. In terms of traits, she is a loyal sim, she is a silver spoon, self-assured, and a perfectionist. I love that. Thank you so much, Alexi's Wonderful, for providing us with this wonderful sim. Now, moving on, we have Isadora Astor by Gigi Shine. Isadora Astor is the most spoiled, self-absorbed, girly girl you will ever meet. Attending Moreau Institute, Isa aspires to be a famous actress. Coming from a family from illustrious, talented actors, Isa wants to continue the Astor name in the film industry. But scandals seem to follow her everywhere, as she has an eye for her professors. Despite her wandering eye, she's very excited to attend the ball as a debutante. Now, this beauty has a romantic trait, self-absorbed trait, outgoing, and I also added a girly girl trait for her. She is so gorgeous. Thank you so much, Gigi Shine, for sharing Astor with us. Now, moving on, we have Athena Weinstein by Grimmy33. Athena is and forever will be the top student at Belmont Academy, be that in grades or social standing. Miss Weinstein plans to make a statement at the official debutante ball. If that means butting heads with a certain redhead, so be it. That is a little foreshadowing for maybe potential beef between Athena and Nicolette. I am so excited. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that during this episode. But in terms of traits, Athena is a dance machine. She's romantic, she's evil, and she is self-absorbed. So I love that. Thank you so much, Creamy33. Moving on from Athena, we have Clarissa Winslow by Par Achiever 6236. Clarissa Winslow was born and raised in the aristocratic household of Winslow Manor. From a young age, she was brought up to be a perfect lady of intelligence, poise, and manners. Her days were filled with etiquette lessons, equestrian training, and classical piano lessons, all under the strict eye of a governess. Clarissa was enrolled at St. James's Academy and has further flourished in the arts of music and has looked forward to the debutante ball since. Now, Clarissa is absolutely gorgeous, and her traits are romantic, proper, and glamorous. Thank you so much for entering Clarissa into our debutante ball. And now, last but not least, we have Soso Min Ji by Thil. Soso Min Ji is a special young girl, kind, caring, and principled well beyond her years. But unfortunately, these are not personality traits generally celebrated in high school, where she's been bullied mercilessly. She has always stood out at Belmont Academy, not for wealth or connections, but for her kindness and integrity in a world that rewards power plays. She has zero interest in the debutante ball, seeing it as nothing more than an outdated social spectacle. But her parents insist you can't change the system if you're not part of it. So she plays along, but she won't play by their rules. Her traits are loyal, recycle discipline, love bug, and good. Thank you so much, Thil, for Soso Min Ji. Now I am so excited to play with all of your girlies and meet them and let Sophia meet them, and hopefully they can all become fast friends, or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Now that the interactions are done, our girls can finally start their ballet practice. So if you remember, Sophia actually participated in dance classes before, so she does have that skill already. But practice makes perfect, right? So I think we're just gonna practice some combinations. And we can see that girls autonomously practice ballet because I actually enrolled them in Debutante Ball 2025 group. So all of your girlies will be added to this group as we go along. And so some of the things we need to be doing for this club is practicing ballet, painting, playing an instrument, practicing etiquette, and reading books. So these are some of the things that are good for the Debs. Now I have prepared a little movie scene of our girls at the ballet class. I hope you enjoy it.
The girls, high society's finest, stand in a neat row, their hands folded in front of them, waiting. They are waiting for her. Madame Svetlana Volkova, a former Russian prima ballerina known for her ruthlessness. Sophia stands among the girls, shoulders squared, chin high, perfectly poised. Next to her, Lydia Frost, with her icy smirk, adjusts an invisible flaw on her sleeve. Further down the row, Nicolette crosses her arms, exhaling dramatically.
You must become effortless, graceful, divine.
She moves toward Isadora Astor, a girl from a well-established family, and with a delicate lift of Isadora's chin, adjusts her posture. Madame Volkova, murmuring approvingly, says,
Ach, прекрасно.
Then she stops in front of Nicolette.
Нет, нет, нет. You look like you're preparing for a fight, not a waltz.
Snickers ripple through the room. A few girls stifle laughter, but Madame Volkova simply smirks, unaffected.
Perhaps if you paid attention instead of sulking, you might learn something. But then again...
She pauses, voice dripping with condescension.
Some of you were not born for refinement, no.
The air tightens. Nicolette's jaw locks. Sophia hides a smirk, but Lydia, ever the observer, watches with an amused glance. Madame Volkova surveyed the room, unimpressed.
Ladies, grace is not something you are born with. It is something you cultivate. Today, we will see who among you is truly refined and who still moves like a street rat.
The comment wasn't subtle. Across the room, Isadora smirked, watching as some of the Whitmore girls bristled. Sophia, standing at the bar beside Lydia Frost, caught Isadora's eye in the mirror and lifted a single, unimpressed brow. The message was clear. Try me. The music began. Each girl was expected to execute a perfect plie, followed by an elegant arabesque. It started simple, but then Madame Volkova began calling out names.
Miss Astor, show us how it is done.
Isadora smiled, stepping forward gracefully. Every move was calculated, precise. She was good, and she knew it. Then,
Miss Galloway, you next.
a hush fell over the room. Sophia moved to the center with effortless confidence. She lifted her chin, extended her arms, and executed each step with an almost unnerving ease. She could feel Isadora watching, and she made sure to hold her gaze the entire time. When she finished, Madame Volkova nodded once.
Acceptable.
A high compliment from her. From across the room, Isadora's smirk tightened. Just barely.
And now that it is done, I hope you guys liked it. I absolutely love watching it back. And now that we're done with that, we can move on back into the play mode. I'm thinking that Sophia should say hello to the girls. So let's first introduce ourselves to Athena. So let's do a friendly introduction and see how that goes. Sophia is multitasking bad right now. She's at a ballet class doing homework. Okay, Athena just became good friends with Sophia. Oh my god, look at their friendship bar. Oh my god. Look at that. Some tension already. I love that. Okay. First impression, interesting sim. There's just something about Athena that seems to vibe in a way that appeals to Sophia. Okay, Sophia likes Athena. That's lovely. But now let's say hello to Minji. Oh, and Nicolette reached charisma level 3. I love that. Okay, I think they also... Oh, reasonable. How nice to meet a sim who seems as reasonable, well-balanced as Minji. That is cute. Okay, now Clarissa. Let's say hello. Let's have cheerful introduction because we need to work on that charisma skill. Oh, she reached charisma level 5. Love that. And learned that Clarissa has the following skill. Charisma as well. Love that. Adoring sentiment. Oh my god. Sophia just wants the best for Clarissa. Where did it go? They got sentiments together already? She got adoring sentiment to Clarissa. She wants the best for her and thinks she's so wonderful and responsible. The sim appears to be a very responsible person, capable of taking care of stuff and willing to care for others. And Clarissa thought that Sophia is an interesting sim. We have Isadora now. I love that. They all get along so well with Sophia. I mean, they're all pretty much like the same vibe, right? Rich girls, like Nepo babies. So of course they're gonna get along. Like Sophia is in her element right now. Look at them. I love that. Okay. Oh, egocentric. On first impression, that sim appears egocentric to a fault. Sophia, are you serious right now? And Isadora thought that she's interesting. Sophia, you're literally looking in the mirror. Like, what do you mean egocentric? Okay, let's say hello to Dasha now. Let's have a friendly introduction. I'm surprised she got that. I haven't seen that, like, first impression ever. Okay, Dasha just became good friends with Sophia. Look at their friendship bar. But she got a pretentious first impression. This sim seems to be a rather pretentious person. Interesting. This is so interesting, you guys. Like all of these first impressions and like dynamics. I love this. They have good compatibility though, and they're good friends already. She has good compatibility with Minji as well. Love that. Okay, very, very interesting. I am loving this. Now, Sophia is feeling very inspiring performance from watching performance, so Svetlana's performance. Whether you're a fan of ballet or not, there is no doubting the technique and artistry in a performance like that. Made a new good friend. She's happy about that. She loves the expensive furniture, camaraderie from being in a club gathering. Sophia is digging this club gathering. Nothing beats being able to fraternize with like-minded sims. Let's do this more often. Oh, I love this. Nicely decorated environment and silver spoon from being near a silver spoon sim. I think this has been such a nice little ballet class session. We are definitely going to be doing that very often. Like, look at them. Honestly, I wish I could be here. I wish I was in their little club, like little debutante prep club, because they are all so gorgeous, so interesting, and I cannot wait to spend time with these girlies, honestly. But now it's 5:30 p.m. and we're already late for our dinner. So we need to really wrap this up now. We need to end the gathering. This was lovely. I'm sending all our girls back home. We'll see everyone else a bit later. I have so many plans, you guys. I cannot wait to see what's gonna be coming next. So thank you so much, Svetlana. We're going to be seeing you in the next episode probably, because these ballet classes were to die for. I love it. Okay, the girls are going back home. Sophia needs to quickly get ready for her dinner. So I'll see you guys back at the dorms.
The Ivy restaurant is opulence defined. Crystal chandeliers drip from the ceiling, casting a golden glow across the elegantly set tables. The air is thick with wealth, quiet power simmering beneath polite conversation. The men wear tailored suits. Their watch is worth more than most people's cars. Their wives drape themselves in diamonds, perfectly poised accessories to their husbands' empires. Sophia steps inside, shoulders back, chin lifted. The hostess greets her with a polite smile and gestures toward a private dining area, tucked in the corner. Royce always chooses a place that allows him a clear view of the room while maintaining an air of exclusivity. She approaches the table where Royce is already seated, his posture straight, his expression unreadable. Beside him sits a man she recognizes immediately. Royce glances up as she arrives.
Sophia, please meet Mr. Archibald Moreau.
He greets, his tone neutral, but his gaze sharp with quiet evaluation. Sophia's stomach tightens slightly. Archibald Moreau. The name is instantly familiar. The Moreau Institute is a political dynasty in its own right, wielding influence across international affairs.
Grandfather,
She says, before shifting her gaze to Archibald.
Mr. Moreau, a pleasure to meet you.
Archibald offers her a small smile, though his eyes remain shrewd.
The pleasure is mine. Royce has spoken highly of you. He says you have quite the political acumen.
Sophia forces an easy smile.
I'd like to think I've learned from the best.
Royce motions for her to take a seat.
We were just discussing the upcoming debutante ball.
He says, as she settles into the chair across from him.
It will be an important event for you.
Archibald nods in agreement, folding his hands together.
Networking in these circles is crucial, Sophia. The right alliances can make all the difference in your future.
Sophia merely inclines her head, keeping her expression carefully neutral. She knows better than to argue or question Royce's plans outright, especially in front of company. The conversation continues, touching on politics, social influence, and the importance of strategy. Royce and Archibald speak like generals plotting a war, their words laced with calculated intent. Then, midway through dinner, the conversation shifts as a new presence approaches their table. Royce gestures subtly toward an approaching figure. A young man, confident in his stride, his gaze sharp and assessing even from across the room.
Sophia, meet Christian Moreau, my grandson.
Archibald introduces, his voice carrying weight.
You two should get to know each other.
Christian is precisely the kind of man Royce would handpick. Polished, devastatingly handsome, the kind of charm that doesn't need to try. His suit is impeccable, his posture casual yet deliberate. He exudes the quiet arrogance of someone who has never needed to ask for anything.
It's a pleasure.
Sophia says smoothly, but she makes no effort to extend her hand across the table. Christian smirks, a slow, knowing tilt of his lips. The kind of smirk that suggests he already knows he's winning before the game has even begun.
The pleasure is all mine, Sophia.
He murmurs, his voice rich with confidence, edged with something undeniably alluring. Sophia doesn't let herself react. She has encountered men like him before, men who expect the world to yield to their charm.
I've heard quite a bit about you.
Christian continues, his grin just on the right side of teasing. Sophia arches a brow.
Funny, I can't say the same about you.
His smirk widens, amused.
That's because I'm much better at keeping a low profile.
Their conversation is laced with an unspoken tension. Christian is a seducer, a man who knows how to make a woman feel seen. But there's something calculated about him, something deliberate. As dinner winds down, Royce dabs his mouth with his napkin, his movements precise, controlled. Then, without preamble, he turns to Christian's father, his voice as smooth as ever.
You will need to excuse us.
Royce says, his tone polite but firm.
My granddaughter and I need to discuss a few details about her upcoming responsibilities.
He stands, motioning for Sophia to follow, his grip on the back of her chair, just tight enough to leave no room for refusal. Sophia pushes her chair back gracefully, feeling Christian's eyes on her as she follows Royce through the dimly lit hallways of the restaurant, toward a quieter corner, near a set of large, gilded doors. Royce turns to her, his expression unreadable, but his voice leaves no room for argument.
Christian will be your escort for the debutante ball.
Sophia blinks, caught off guard.
Excuse me?
Royce levels her with a sharp gaze.
You want to be involved in politics, don't you? You want to carry the Calloway legacy forward?
She did. More than anything, she wanted to be in rooms where decisions were made, not just a decoration on the arm of powerful men.
Then act like it.
Royce said.
Christian is a strategic choice. His family holds significant sway, and their connections in international politics will open doors for you that you can't even begin to fathom.
Sophia swallowed hard. It wasn't a request.
Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed another cinematic little pause in our episode. I really am enjoying making those. Like, I absolutely love it. Now that you have been caught up, we have guests here. So we have Archibald Moreau, the Moreau Institute founder. Oh my God, Sophia. And we have his grandson, Christian Moreau. So Royce basically just told Sophia that she is going with Christian, no questions asked. And yeah, our girl is like, I don't know, granddad. I mean, he is attractive sim. He is crazy looking, but I don't like being told what to do. But she doesn't have a choice because she's a good little granddaughter that follows everything that Royce says, and also she wants to be in a political career. And well, Royce said that he's gonna open doors for her with that. We have some paparazzi here as well, and I think we need to order some food because they haven't actually eaten yet. So okay, it looks like gentle romance is chef's choice, but I think for this particular outing, I think Sophia is just gonna go with a glass of red wine, and so is Christian, and the old people are gonna go with Hennessy. And okay, appetizer, tartlet with black caviar. Ooh, that sounds good. But I'm thinking, okay, the men are obviously gonna get a steak, so I'm thinking a medium well for these two, and then maybe okay, Sophia is gonna get salmon nigiri. That looks good. Well, actually, it's only 10 simoleons. I'm thinking if grandpa's paying after his demands, so we should get something more expensive. So I think Sophia might get tartlet with black caviar. And then for Christian, I think he's gonna go with Philadelphia rolls. Let's go with this. Only 900 simoleons. Maybe you'll get a dessert as well. So Sophia learned that Christian is vain. That's one of his traits. And Sophia actually got an attractiveness alert for Christian. She thinks that he's attractive. So it's a shame that society decided that when you talk to someone, you should be facing each other. At least that's what Sophia thinks after she noticed the very attractive butt shape of her conversation partner. Like, girl, please calm down. So with Archibald, she got a first impression egocentric. So a first impression of dislike. On first impression, this sim appears egocentric to a fault, but he thought that Sophia was an interesting sim, obviously. And then Christian, she thinks that he's attractive, but she did get a first impression of dislike, pretentious. This sim seems to be a rather pretentious person, which he is. And he thinks that Sophia is an interesting sim. So this is where we at right now. She's feeling flirty because she's a people person and she loves being in this kind of settings, I guess. She is out to dinner. Delicious. There's nothing like going out to dinner for a big meal. Those chefs can really cook. Deep socialization, building strong relationship with others is cause for happiness and a great atmosphere. She wants to joke about old times. Christian. Well, old times, Sophia, please. Since Royce forces Sophia to go with Christian to the deb ball, I think we need to get to know him a little bit. So how do we do that? Let's get to know. Okay, it wasn't that funny though, was it? You don't have to pretend, girl. Oh, I can't. So her knees are okay, but she's not having fun, as you can see, obviously, because she needs to be like faking it, you know? So she's getting to know Christian. Let's also, I don't know, chat about glamorous lifestyle. Drama. Drama is incoming, I'm sure of that. Let's ask him about a career. And ask about parents. Let's do that. Oh, Christian is unemployed. Of course he is. Of course he is. Oh, Sophia wants to go horseback riding. Aw. I mean, he's not really my type of guy, but I guess he looks like very charming and just, I don't know. He gives me very slimy vibes, but that was the whole reason why I made him like that. So maybe we should tell a group story. The Haunted Halls of University of Rochester. That looks like a good story to say. Oh my god, is Dina here as well? Sophia's gonna tell her story about Rochester University because, as you remember, her acquaintance is in Rochester University. And funny enough, Christian is also attending, not Rochester, I'm pretty sure is in Foxborough University, but they're all in the same place. So as you have probably realized, Archibald and Christian are British, so they come from British aristocracy as well. So, okay, the food is here, and Sophia's little tart doesn't look that appealing, to be honest. Oh, she's telling the Rochester legend. Okay, come on, let's eat. Look at the way he's looking at her. He's hiding something, okay? He is. And Royce, you're bad for this. You're bad for doing this. Please leave us alone. Like, this little outing is gonna be in the papers in literally an hour. Okay, let's eat the tart and drink our wine because we need this. Look at these sophisticated gentlemen and our Sophia tipping her toes into the political world and secrecy, rivalry, and manipulations. Oh, where are you going, Royce? Oh, okay. Oh, he's done. I think he... Oh, is he asking paparazzi to leave? Okay, fair enough. She keeps telling jokes. Tell a joke about a horse, of course. All right. It looks like, oh, he downed that quick. Where did Royce go? Oh, he's taking notes. He's like, okay, Sophia is doing good. Sinister personality archetype. Christian Moreau shows signs of sinister personality archetype. Sinister Sims are always up to no good, trying to achieve their goals no matter the consequences. Isn't that on point? These Sims are literally playing into my story. It's so good. I love that. Sophia learned that Christian is a snob. Of course he is. Look at them. I don't know. I hate them. I hate them. And Royce just left Sophia up to the wolves. Look at her in between these two Moreau guys. She's like, please help me. Oh, actually, she isn't. Sophia just had her first experience understanding a positive or resilience or romantic outlook. With enough of these kinds of experiences, Sims can develop the romantic stage trait. As Sophia is still in her impressionable formative years, this trait will be easier for her to develop, assuming she will continue to gain positive impressions of romance from other Sims or her own research and experiences. Okay. Sage advice on love. From receiving a life lesson on love, that seemed like some very good love advice. It just might help Sophia on her life journey. Was that him? Did give her... Oh my god, I think Archibald gave her a love advice, being like, Sophia, love is not all about butterflies you feel in your stomach or the chemistry that you experience with someone. It's about strategic alliances. It's about who is gonna be standing behind your back and giving you bullets to like shoot the world or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Intense. Exquisite. What an interesting taste. It's hard to compare with something that is about the tartlet that she ate. And luscious libation from drinking nectar. The delicately sweet flavor made for a perfect meal that danced on the tip of Sophia's tongue. Now, to be honest, I think crazy criminal mastermind. No, Sophia, don't embarrass yourself, please. I am thinking... Oh my god. Sophia has noticed that Archibald's eyes are lingering on them more and more. There's an intensity to their stare, and with their attention fixed securely upon them, this may be the chance to move things into a more intimate decision. Ew, absolutely not. And the same with Christian. This is... Oh my god, what a turn of events. Both of these Moreau guys, one is an absolute creepo. What do you mean? You literally want them to be like at the dead ball together and yet you're giving her a suggestive look. That's disgusting. And Christian, I mean, I'd expected that, but not this. As Sophia ignored Archibald's advices, he shouldn't bother her with his antics anymore. Royce, did you know that? Oh my god, this is so twisted. This is so twisted. Oh, I cannot. Okay, and in terms of Christian's advances, I don't think we're just gonna ignore it. I'm not even gonna press anything. Like, what are you doing? We just met. That's proper disgusting. Ew. I think she's gonna, you know what? She is gonna stand out for herself because this is not good. We are going to say it's going broke. Do you have a problem? Yeah, you give you weird vibes. You give you weird vibes, honestly. Sophia likes stories. Okay, sure. Yeah, you are a creepo. You're giving me creepy vibes. Oh, he's feeling hurt. Oh, he's leaving. I'm sorry, Royce, but like, no, you shouldn't have done that. And Christian has a jester personality archetype. Okay. Wow. Wait, how? What did I do? I'm totally not weird. Yes, you are, sir. Yes, you are. They haven't eaten anything either. That's proper weird, that is. I think this is time to say goodbye to everyone, to be honest. Can we do that? It was not nice to meet you. I'm taking goodbye. Oh my god. We are gonna say goodbye to these creepo as well. And we're gonna leave. Royce can handle this. Actually, she didn't even want to say goodbye to him. And we're not saying goodbye to Royce. Goodbye. She's leaving. She's going back home. This was weird and very, like, it literally gives me creepy vibes. It's giving like she was pimped out. Like, did Royce plan this? Look at him just dancing on the dance floor. Did he plan this? Did he know that his friend Archibald has an eye on Sophia? I don't think he knew that. I think he genuinely planned it to like make Sophia go with Christian to further his agenda in the political world. Maybe have like new connections with the British aristocracy through Archibald. But since Royce left the table, Archibald was like, well, this is like my time to try and shoot my shot with her. Oh my god. But in front of Christian though, wasn't Christian, or maybe he's drunk. Maybe Christian's like, ew, granddad, as weird as usual. The drama, you guys, the drama. I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh my god.
Henry had never been one to dwell on words. He was raised in a world where actions mattered more than feelings, where strategic silence was often more powerful than speaking. And yet, here he was, sitting in Rochester University's study lounge, unable to move on from one single argument. Sophia's words still echoed in his head.
I should have never trusted you. Maybe you don't have a place in my life either.
He exhaled, flipping the page of his book without actually reading it. He wasn't even sure why he bothered pretending. His mind was nowhere near the molecular biology in front of him. It had been over a week since their fight, and they hadn't spoken since. The worst part wasn't the argument itself. It was the feeling that this time she meant it. That this time she wasn't coming back. Henry had spent the past week telling himself that was for the best, that Sophia's life was her business, and he had no right to be involved in it anymore. Sophia was free to hate him if she wanted. He had made his choices. So had she. And yet, why did it feel like something was missing? The room around him was alive with quiet conversations, a space for men and women like him, legacy students, heirs, and future titans of industry, the kind of people who move through the world with a certainty that it would always belong to them. Henry had been raised to belong in these spaces, but tonight he felt out of place. The study lounge at Brichester University was a grand, mahogany-clad room lined with bookshelves and aged portraits of former scholars. Dim lighting gave the space an intimate but imposing feel, while the faint scent of old books and cigar smoke lingered in the air. It was a space reserved for Brichester's elite, students of legacy, wealth, and carefully cultivated reputations. Soft jazz played in the background, mixing with the rustle of pages, turning in hushed conversations over crystal glasses of whiskey and coffee. Henry sat at his usual spot, an armchair tucked into the corner of the lounge, his gaze fixed absently on the fire crackling. The warmth barely touched the cold unease settling in his chest. He's half listening to the guys around him, their conversation bleeding into white noise. That is, until he hears
Moreau?
His entire body goes still. His gaze flickers toward the speaker. Daniel Sterling, a wealthy socialite with an overinflated ego and an unhealthy obsession with rumors. Daniel leans back, swirling his drink lazily, a smug grin tugging at his lips.
Yeah, heard he snagged himself a real catch for the debutante ball.
Henry feels a sudden, uneasy clench in his stomach. Another guy laughs, smirking.
Please tell me it's not another heiress. Moreau has a type and it's called disaster waiting to happen.
Daniel chuckles, nodding.
Oh, it's an heiress, all right. Sophia Calloway.
Silence. Henry's grip tightens around his glass. He turns slowly to face them, his voice deceptively calm.
Come again?
Daniel, oblivious to the sudden shift in tension, grins.
Sophia Calloway? Senator's granddaughter? Old money? Future political princess? That rings any bells? Apparently, her dear old granddad arranged it himself. Classic dynasty building shit.
Another guy raises an eyebrow, amused.
Wait, wasn't Moreau dating someone just a few months ago? What happened to that?
Daniel smirks, swirling the ice in his drink.
Oh, that? He got bored. She got heartbroken. The usual Moreau pattern.
Henry exhales slowly, setting his glass down before he crushes it in his hand. Henry pushes himself up from his chair, stalking toward the group without hesitation. He doesn't ask for permission. The entire table quiets. Daniel blinked up at him, startled but still wearing that same smug grin.
Harrington, to what do we owe the pleasure?
Henry ignores the comment, his voice dangerously steady.
What's his angle?
He takes the empty seat at their table, his expression unreadable. Daniel shrugs, grinning.
Does he need one? She's rich, she's influential, and she's, well...
He gestures vaguely.
Hot.
Henry's jaw clenches.
That's not what I meant.
Daniel, finally sensing the tension, raises an eyebrow.
Easy, Harrington. Didn't know you had a stake in this.
Henry doesn't answer, because he doesn't know what to say. All he knows is that his chest feels tight, and his blood is boiling in a way it never has before. Daniel smirks slightly.
You know, for someone who's not involved, you sure look like you're about to murder someone.
Henry exhales sharply, pushing himself up from his seat abruptly. Grabbing his coat, he mutters,
I need some air.
But he doesn't need air. He needs answers.
Okay, Sophia is back home. It looks like no one is sleeping, even though it's 1 a.m. So we are gonna start sending everyone to bed because Sophia is like so perplexed with what just happened. She needs to talk to someone, and it's not like she can talk to Tori. I mean, she probably could drop her a message, but Tori's probably sleeping. And Sophia needs to talk to someone about what just happened. No, well, you're not gonna do extra credit work in Chris's room. Go to your room. Go to your room. You're supposed to be perplexed. Act like it. Oh, it looks like Kai is still wearing her outfit from ballet class. Let me change her really quickly into a pajama. I think Sophia is actually gonna go and brush her teeth first after today, and maybe even take a quick shower as well, just to wash this whole experience off. Okay, she is done with the shower. Let's send our laundry to the dry cleaners so we can have it nice and warm for tomorrow. And I think she's just gonna sit down with Kai and be like, Kai, can I talk to you? I had a really weird experience. And she's going to spill the tea to her. No, not do your homework. Spill the tea to her. Oh my god, what was that? That was cute. It's like, I don't know what to make of it. Gossip with her and be like, yeah, this is what happened. And while the girls are catching up, and I think it's the beginning of a great friendship between Sophia and Kai, I want to talk to you about a debutante challenge that I promised in the beginning of the video, but I just found the time to talk about it. Basically, I decided to make this experience even more immersive and launch a debutante challenge. If you guys want to participate in it, you are more than welcome to. I will leave the rules of the expanded version of the challenge on my Patreon page where you can find it, because the challenge is so long and we don't really have that much time, because I don't want the debutante prep to be like 10 episodes long. I'm gonna have the shortened version of this challenge that I'm gonna be trying to complete. Obviously, it's not a deal breaker if we can't, but if we can, that would be a nice little addition to the episodes, I think. So some of the rules of the challenge we need to complete and level up our skills, such as charisma, etiquette, painting. We need to master one of the musical instruments like piano or a violin, as well as do some of the activities. So for example, host a tea party, write friendly letters, and so on. Like, you can see the description of the short version down in the description box below that we will be following along Whitmore Academy. But also, if you want an expanded version, it will be up on my Patreon. I'm super excited to do this. I think it's gonna add more depth into the story, and just we will have something to do with our Whitmore girls. Also, let me know what you think about the cinematic shots now. Do you like the narration, or do you prefer just to have the scenes and the characters talking? Because I thought I would try it out, and I actually really liked it. But please do let me know if you like it or not. Keep the debutantes coming using the Simstories dub poll hashtag. I love seeing them, and we'll be integrating them slowly into each episode. And obviously then we will have the huge deb ball as well. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss another episode of Whitmore Academy. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye!